Welcome to this module where we talk about administrative structures of the Election Commission of India. In this module, we look into three very important questions. Who works in the Election Commission of India? What do they do? And who appoints them? To begin with, let's think of the ECI as a five-tier cake. This is the cake that we will work with. And every layer represents a position of power. Higher the layer on the cake, the more power that person has. So for example, the person on the top, here at number 1, would have the highest power. So who is on top? Well, there are 3 people on the top. There is one Chief Election Commissioner and 2 election commissioners. Currently, the Chief Election Commissioner is Gyanesh Kumar, who was appointed in 2025. And the 2 election commissioners are Dr. Sukhbir Singh Sandhu and Dr. Vivek Joshi. They all have equal power, but CEC, who is Gyanesh Kumar, is the chair. Who appoints them? Now remember, this is at the national level. Why don't you take a guess? Answer in 3, 2, 1. The President of India. They are selected from senior administrators who are usually IAS officers. They serve for 6 years or till age 65, whichever is earlier. And what do they do? Well, they handle planning elections, which means deciding poll dates, modeling code of conduct, recognizing political parties, and more. They make the rules and guidelines. They coordinate with states, they assign responsibilities to them, and they handle big disputes such as symbol disputes or party splits. The Election Commission Secretariat, where they work, is staffed by civil servants of various ranks. Next, at the state level, there is a Chief Electoral Officer, also known as the CEO. Supporting staff here in this office includes joint CEOs, deputy CEOs, and admin officers. They manage electoral rolls, polling arrangements, training officers, and supervising districts. Basically, they implement ECI orders in the state and manage voter list. They coordinate with district collectors arranging security forces and monitor campaigns of political parties in the state. The CEO and the people who work here are usually IAS officers appointed by the ECI. This means that the government cannot choose or fire them. Then, at the district level, there is a district election officer. Usually, this is the district collector or the deputy commissioner. They organize everything on the ground, ensure polling stations, staff, and logistics run smoothly, and they keep law and order in coordination with the police. They are also IAS officers or senior state civil servants appointed by the CEO. Next, at the constituency level, there is a returning officer, also known as the RO. They handle accepting nominations, finalizing candidates, conducting the actual poll, counting votes, and most importantly, declaring the results. Simply put, the RO is the person in charge of one Lok Sabha or assembly seat. And did you know, in the past, ROs have been suspended for mishandling the EVM security or delaying results. This only emphasizes how important their position is. And finally, at the polling station, there is a presiding officer, who is the officer in charge, and polling officers who assist the presiding officer. They handle voters in queues, check voter ID and voter list, control ballot or the EVM machine, maintain order at the booth, and fill important legal forms. Like Form 17A. Form 17A? What is that? You have just asked a very important question. Good. Well, Form 17A is a register of voters. It is used to record details of every person who cast a vote at the polling station. And it is very important because it ensures transparency and helps prevent electoral fraud. Moving on, now we know that each booth has a presiding officer and polling officers. But how are they selected, you may wonder? Do they volunteer? What do you think? Well, they don't volunteer. So are they government officials? Hmm, no, not really. Then they are. Take a wild guess. One last guess. Randomly selected government staff. Quite interesting, actually. So they could be teachers, clerks, postal staff, engineers, and the list goes on. One interesting fact about them is that they get extra allowance from the state for election duty. Would you want to do election duty? I think it's quite interesting, but it is a lot of work. Now you know all the layers of this cake. Awesome. But before you move on to the next module, there are some more things you should know. Elections are taken very seriously in the country. So security is top notch. State police and home guards play a very important role. They protect the polling stations, escort EVMs, and control crowds to prevent violence, among other things. And one last thing, where does the ECI's money come from? Well, it comes from the central government and the state government. The central government fully covers the cost of Lok Sabha elections, while the state government fully covers the cost of state assembly elections. And what does the money cover exactly? Well, it covers a lot of things, but some of the main things it covers is the EVM, machines, training of staff, allowances for polling staff, security, transportation, setting up polling booths, and voter awareness campaigns. You have finished this module. Congratulations! You are ready to move on to the next one. All the best!